MovieWeb.com.
Hey.
Hey.
All right, everybody. Sleeping arrangements. Brennan, you're going to be sharing a room with Dale. Just until the two of you get jobs and you move out.
Hey, are you awake? Yeah. I hate your guts. As soon as your eyes shut, I'm going to punch you square in the face. This is the one rule of the house. Don't ever touch my drum set. Don't touch it!
All right.
From what I understand, for real, you guys actually brought in some of your real life experiences into this movie. Is that correct?
Well, hopefully every movie you do, you bring a little bit of your real life experience to it. But yeah, that's how we kind of broke out the story. We just told each other stuff from our past and childhood and
stories
all that.
we'd heard about, and a lot of, that dynamic of, don't go down a certain street because there's a bully or this, that sort of thing. That whole, the scene with the kids and beating us up, that actually doesn't come from a specific story, of course. It's just an embellishment upon a theme that are common for adolescent stories. This is a bad time.
What the hell's going on?
Mom, Mr. Doback. Okay, Dale and I were
Stop
just...
calling me Mr. Doback.
Sorry. Okay, Mom, Doback. We think it would be very prudent.
Can we turn our beds into bunk beds?
Yes.
Why are you guys so sweaty?
All right, we've already figured out how to do this. The beds match up perfectly.
And here's the thing, it'll give us so much extra space in our room to do activities.
Please say yes.
You don't need permission from us to build bunk beds. You're adults. You can do what you want.
We can? No?
Yes. Yes,
Sweet.
you can make fun of it.
I knew it.
Okay, you guys are not gonna regret this. We're gonna get so much more activities done.
This is the funnest night ever.
This is so scary.
If I did my calculations right, you would be about 12 and you would have been about 17 when you had these guys. Now, is having kids that young make it so, why they're so enabling, do you think, in this film?
That's what I think. I think when you have a child at 12, if you're stupid enough to do that, you're going to end up that person still in your life at 40.
Look at these parents. I'm surprised they didn't have children when they were 6. I actually would have been 21.
21?
So, yeah.
No, you would have been 18, I think, wouldn't you?
No.
I think I did the math.
But you're right about me in the 12 part.
Yes, well, you're way too young to be Will Ferrell's mom.
I know, but I'm way too smart to say no to a really good job.
Okay, well, now for you, this is the second time you've been Will Ferrell's mother in a film.
I was actually a stepmom last time. This time I'm his mom.
Well, I'm wondering, have you actually formed a motherly bond with this man?
Yes. Where is he? Is he got his little sweater on
He's misbehaving in the other room.
Yeah, I figured.
Ah! You're alive! Oh my God!
I'm alive.
You were dead! I saw you die!
I was faking. I used ninja focus to slow my heart rate down.
What are you doing?
I'm burying you.
I'm alive! I'm alive!
You're waking the neighbors!
No.
Shut up!
No!
Now I'm gonna play your drum set. Close your eyes. Let the dirt just shower over you.
You guys shoot so much stuff.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, do any of the actors ever see a work print and get upset that something they did was taken out of the movie?
Sometimes you could, what happens is our first cut of our movie on this was literally 5.5 hours long. We shot 1.5 million feet on this film because we improvised so much. So the first cut is every single bit that we did. And sometimes you'll see an actor come to the 2-hour cut or the 2.5-hour cut and leave kind of shell-shocked. They're not necessarily upset, they just are trying to comprehend all the cuts and trims and moves that we do because, you're starting with this pizza with kind of everything on it, just heaped on it, and you have to give it some sort of shape. What we loved about this movie was it wasn't a restrictive premise. It's a very simple premise, 2 guys that still live at home, won't leave, go, But because it was so wide open, you did have to make a lot of editorial choices.
Now, how emotionally scarring is it for grown men to get a spanking from another grown man? Has that kind of left a mark on you? Because that scene is kind of disturbing in the film.
It was disturbing to witness.
Yeah, I didn't come to work the next day. That's how embarrassing it was for me. So.
Were you a little bit afraid?
Yeah, I was very afraid of
Richard.
Richard, yeah. And he told me he'd do it again. First he told me, don't tell anyone that I did this to you. And I'm like, well, we filmed it. Everyone knows that you did it to me. And then every time I'd see him, he'd do this weird, spooky look at me. I'm like, what? And then he'd turn it off and be glib and, so it was weird. It was a weird rest of the shoot from that point on for me.
You have 1 month to find jobs or you're out in your asses. I will arrange interviews for Monday and you will go.
Dad, why are you talking to me like this? I'm your son.
I'm not buying that crap anymore.
You yelled rape at the top of your lungs.
Mom, I honestly thought I was gonna be raped for a second.
All right, that's it. You two guys leave me no choice. No television for a week.
What?
We are so serious, guys.
You're high.
Are you out of your mind?
Goes in Robert's wall safe,
On.
and it's gonna stay there.
No!
Okay.
This house is a prison!
I gotta know, did you guys ever get used to Adam yelling out directions in the middle of actually shooting a scene?
It was, I have to say, it was stunning the first time it happened. It was sort of shocking. And then I started noticing that he was yelling really funny stuff for me to say that I would never have thought of in a million years. So I quickly got used to it and fell in love with it. And then when I stopped working with Adam and nobody was yelling funny stuff out for me anymore, I was really sad.
But he would wait till the scene was over and then go back. And very seldom in the middle of something that was really working did he yell, as I recall. That it was like you were still shooting,
It's kind of both.
but it was I never felt it was intrusive. That's the thing about it. It was really where he picked his spots to yell seemed to be right. They weren't like what. It was always, it worked. I don't know, it worked.
No, I gotta say, are you a fan of blocking fire exits? Because I don't know if you were at the screening last night, but people get up and then freeze, and you can't get out.
Oh.
I mean, you gotta tell people stay in your seat.
Oh,
The credits.
I personally love the feeling of the movie's over, but it's not over. I've always been a fan of that. It started with Airplane, when I went and saw Airplane as a kid, and in the end they do the guy in the cab with the meter still running. So I always love to drop scenes in the middle of the credits, the end of the credits. So I never took it as a fire safety issue, though. That's an interesting way to put it.
I haven't been grossed out in a long time, and there is a sound in this movie that is so gross. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, let me think.
The
What is it?
insertion point in the bathroom. Where did you come up with that nasty sound, or is that just my imagination working
It's
overtime?
not your imagination. I gotta be honest with you. You're watching a work print.
Uh-huh.
That has been removed from the movie. That actually grossed me out to the degree where I said, you gotta take that out of there. We can't do that. So that is no longer in the movie. Should I leave it in?
I think you should, because I was just
Really?
like, I thought it was brilliant.
Oh, all right. Well, you have affected the movie. Maybe I will tell them to leave that in. Yeah.
You should, because I haven't been that grossed out in a long time in a movie. It's like nothing affects me, and I saw that, and I was just like, did I hear that?
That was rough. That was, I gotta give it up to our sound guys. Gary Bourgeois put that in. And I saw it, and I was like, we can't do that, guys. Come on. I mean, this movie's filthy. This movie's, tasteless, but that even crosses that line. But now I'm hearing this. Maybe I'll reconsider.
Fake nuts, where are they?
They're at home.
In a jar?
No, they're just in a box with surrounded in a nest of bubble wrap.
Really?
Yeah.
When do you take them out?
I actually took them out at a dinner party a little while ago.
Put them on a Frisbee?
No, I just was telling people I do have a box full of prosthetic balls, and no one believed me, and I brought them out to everyone.
Who's this gentleman sitting behind you?
Hello, Miss Lady.
You can't.
Shut your mouth.
You shouldn't tell the person who is interviewing you to shut their mouth.
You're sounding stupid now.
I'm sorry, what did
You're
you
just
say?
coming off stupid.
Please leave this office.
Do we get any sort of souvenir?
Get out of my office!
Well, if it isn't Dale Dobick and his little buddy.
Just leave me alone, will you?
Shut up, fool!
You should treat me, an adult, with some respect.
So maybe you don't go down that way anymore.
That's what we talked about. We're gonna take the long way home.
Can we turn our beds into bunk beds?
It'll give us so much extra space in our room to do activities.
You're adults. You can do what you want.
This is the funnest night ever! Hey, I never asked you.
Yeah.
You like guacamole?